Oh, I think these villains are in trouble. Okay, there's Simi. Yeah, it looks like they're... Okay, Scrubbus is microing. Oh, but it's gonna go for the Chap. The Chap's in a bad spot. Oh, man. Big hits there on the Constitution. So we're here on the Colosseum. Team 1ANS, Team 2, OSP, 3K44, Testing Branch, Scrubbus, Quiz, Nick, 0, and 3 Cats in Trenchcoat on ANS. Highball, Super Hans, Nickel Boy Blue, and Duke of Stars on OSP. Been in technical difficulty land for the past 20 minutes or so. Normally nobody has to sit through that but us. Now you get to experience it too, dear Twitch viewer. Got OSP focusing on the Echo Bravo side of the map. It's got a couple ships going for Charlie and probably a couple going for Alpha as well. And it's doing something very similar. One's going for Alpha, one grabbing their natural and maybe heading towards the Charlie point. But most of this ANS fleet wants to go and hang out in the middle of the map and just shoot at things. Guessing there's going to be a lot in the way of Axfords and battleships just going out here and just blasting. Blasting! Absolutely blasting. Yeah, here we go. That's a battleship. 450. Right in the middle of the group, heading towards the thinner, wibbly, spinny part of the map. The new map, relatively new map, by Soda Hubris. It's got a thing that spins in the middle. Pretty neat. 3 Cats, 450 battleship. Meat Gaming, no Raiders. 2 Whips, 2 Dragonflies. Oh my god. It's a little painful. Citadel in the nose, also Citadel amidships. One Torp Gun Sprinter. Nico. Rail Gun. Has gone up in intensity quite quickly. There we go. One 450 ship with interruption defenders. Yeah, this is kind of the traditional Axford. It might even have. No, it's got ammo others. And then one little scouting lock sprinter, lock vet, if you will. Quiz, one beam interrupt 450 anchor Axford, along with 1, 2, 3 sprinters, torpedo capping sprinters, 2 nearly naked capping sprinters. Scrubbus has, oh my god, Scrubbus has maximum violence. This guy, what the fuck is this? Okay, so these are all hybrids, S3Hs. Looks to be semi-active. I think I saw a spotlight on here. Yeah, on one of the PD mods. On one voxel. Guns, traditional gun voxel on the other voxel. And then one little Ewar support ship. So these are going to go at something that's going to seem like a double voxel build, and one's going to dump out a bunch of hybrids into something's face. Oh my goodness, that's quite a build. Duke of Stars with the cap fleet. ANS, not really a cap fleet. Quizzes. I guess that's a cap fleet, yeah, but a little odd. Duke of Stars with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 multi-mission tugs. 1 arsenal tug. 1, 2 gun shuttles, and 2 nearly naked capping shuttles, which have been yoinked out onto the points. Highball testing out the bulk freighter heading changes, or PID, I should say, changes. It now has... It's got a better idea of where to point itself when you tell it to to fire on things. You don't have to do as much heading micro. Hybrids been really interested in testing that out, and she's got one revolver, or one flip bulker, I should say, and then one broadside 450 ship. Oh my. Also one LRT, one gun shuttle, and another capping gun shuttle. Neko's got double 250 broadside bulk freighters, and then one Throngler supporting them. Oh my, that's a maximum violence kind of build right there. You don't see those much anymore, because a lot of times Axfords and Solomons can just stand off and kill that Throngler, but damn, with those are going up the way that they're going, that can really get in there and start killing shit. Super Hans, the only rail ship in the game, I think. Actually, no, Nick had one too. Yeah, one rail for bunch of advances on this after seeing the last game. Yeah, makes sense to me. Also got a couple multi-mission tugs, 3 of them, one gun shuttle, and then one blackjack escort shuttle following the rail cello around. OSP stormed their capping ships out to the map in force. They're grabbing Charlie. They've already grabbed their natural. They're even trying to grab Bravo, which I think is an ANS's side of the field. Unfortunately, that ice joint is getting annihilated by rails, as we just saw. Look at that. Everything's on fire. Everything's got multiple crits in it, except for the magazine and this VLS. All the front thrusters are knocked out. Oh, more rails incoming. Counter battery from the other rail. Both mutually annihilating what's on this point here. Burst rail is exceptionally powerful against the light ships. Oh my goodness.
Contesting zone boxer.
This two's coming out.
The enemy secured zone Comet.
I don't think anybody's gonna get Bravo point at this rate. It's gonna wind up being neutral ground. It's like Anus is probably gonna grab Alpha. OSP sent one ship there, but 2 sprinters are able to handle that. They are getting pelted at by an MMT. It's not really gonna matter that much in the long run. Solomon off radar entirely, is gonna be able to shell 450 out with a P2D, although it looks like it hasn't targeted anything just yet, which is surprising. The Cats might be trying to keep that hidden for as long as possible. OSP might be able to grab this. Yeah, there's a sprinter getting belled by the rails and the 100. Yeah, here comes one of those semi-active hybrids. Now the shuttle on Bravo is down as well. So Bravo's gonna not go to anybody just yet. We've got both teams watching it pretty heavily. Neko still going on safari around the outside of the map, launching a couple decoy containers over the top here. Those are gonna pop up, although I think these ships are just way faster than the decoys. Yeah, with the Fat Yard and a Sun Drive, they're significantly faster than the decoys are. And they're also spotted by this sprinter that has gone on the outside of the map. Some torps coming in. Anus gonna know exactly what these are, even though the torps are getting downed. If the Cozy Basis dies before those decoy liners go over the top, and they might get away with it, but yeah, I think these are going to become visible at a point where the other bulk freighters are on radar, and it's going to be pretty obvious what those are. Big missile duel going out down here for Charlie. Cap fleets both bombing the hell out of each other. Duke of Stars eating a couple on the nose, but Quiz eating quite a few more. Into his everything. The Edgy Stay looking in bad shape, but the Yeet is dead. OSP going to be securing that cap onto Charlie. Kistley really doesn't want to be engaging this. Oh, it's going for it. Gotta get out of there with that Chief. That needs to get out of there alive. Don't think it's going to be able to. 450 battleship in the middle of the map. Still completely undetected, though. Just flying forwards with impunity at a whopping 26 meters a second. still in ANS controlled territory, but only about 3 kilometers away from what is basically free space. And this thing could just fly forward to anywhere up in here, and it'd be fine, and it could just start bombing the hell out of all of these ships. And this Flip Bulker is gonna have a rough time against that battleship if they get engaged. Plasma's gotta get up here and get on that, although, again, OSP doesn't even know that it's there, so they don't know that they need to go over there at all. Now, OSP's pretty much having to give it up, the alpha side of the map. Got a few MMTs hanging out, keeping an eye on things, making sure that ANS doesn't do some crazy flank. It's really good positioning. Is this Super Hunts? Yeah, nice. Nice. No, I know what I've seen. What makes you people cheer. Folks are into the LN intercourse. I've seen the pictures. I've seen Marshall's Twitter. Alright, looks like the decoy containers are out, but I don't think ANS is falling for it. They're not jamming them, they're instead jamming the multi-mission tug, which is also getting highlighted by NSAH. Fucking Illuminator. Doesn't look like any missiles out on it just yet, though. I saw some rail fires somewhere around here. Let's take a look at this.
Enemy is securing zone
Are
box.
you shooting at something earlier? Yeah, you're definitely... Aha! The soft hull. Looks like it missed? No, it couldn't have been this. You're not even on a radar. No idea. Alright, yeah, Solo going to flip before going after the ships down lower. Speaking of flip, looks like both 450 ships are engaging Solomon. Okay, we know that the Solomon's not going to take any damage here, so I really want to watch how this thing handles flipping. Oh, we're getting a little hits on this, a couple of these RDCs in the lower part of the map, the lower part of the ship. I think Highball's just given the command to flip. And there it goes! Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that! It's beautiful. Before, in the past, the bulk freighter would do whatever it wants to do, and it generally prefers to turn laterally, so it would rotate all the way around. It would take a cool, like, 40 seconds to get its coincident range, so you'd have to do a bunch of heading micro and roll micro to get it to do something like this, but I'm guessing that Highball just right-click, left-click. Battleship's gonna get its nose turned to these, though. Now it was getting hit in the broadside. Oh, yeah. It's got its nose turned directly towards these bulk freighters. And it is now going to be entirely fine. This next round of 450 is going to be very sad. In fact, it looks like the Bulker... Uh-oh. Bulker's lost some of its reactor power, so it's going to lose power on some of those C-65s. Asking the real question, hook tracking spectator would be amazing. But you just gotta get good with that left mouse button and the F key. You gotta remember where everything is. Yeah, look at those 450 bounces of railfire coming in, though. That's gonna matter a little bit. It's gonna do a little bit of damage. It's gonna distract the DC teams, and maybe allow some of the 450 to do better, although a lot of these rails are just missing. Although at this angle, what is landing is terminating inside the vessel, probably somewhere down in here. So that makes for a lot of extra damage. Yeah, brakes immediately thrown on the battleship, and it is going elsewhere. And it is kind of dinner time, isn't it? Yeah, it's 8 o'clock! Okay. I think we spent more time in technical difficulty hell than I realized. The Constitution's still firing at the battleship. Alright, can any of these 450... Ooh! more things change, the more they stay the same. Doesn't matter how much armor you give to this thing, the antenna still immediately gets shut off. Oh man. That is never not gonna be funny. And Three Cats has a very safe antenna down here, backup CR70. Oh my fucking god, dude. Bow tanking, doesn't matter. Whoa, Hyper Strike! Oh, I think these villains are in trouble. Okay, Simiate. Yeah, it looks like they're... Okay, Scrubbus is microing. Oh, but it's gonna go for the Chaff. The Chaff's in a bad spot. Oh, man. Big hits there on the Constitution. Okay, so Scrubbus is not microing. He's just bad at using an Illuminator. Got it, and got lucky. That's what happened there. Good to know. Highball taking quite a few losses here. She's gonna have to spend some restores. Get back some components that are gonna die pretty fast. Might actually want to save that a little bit until more of the ship is damaged, and then pull them up and then restore chain, but oh my, but a humble Cringer. Bravo point's still neutral, but I think ANS might be going for it. Oh no, this is on top of that. This is on top of that. Both teams neck and neck. ANS only 4 points down from OSP. Nice. One decoy container down. One nerd down, one to go. And there's 2 strike here on the Axford. They should be able to clean this up just fine. Yeah. Oh, right, this 450 beam, like, super anchor ship. I forgot about this thing. But it's doing for ANS what the MMTs on the outside of the map are doing for OSP, just making sure nothing really fights over here. And gets a sneaky back cap on Alpha or Bravo. Oh, it looks like Neko's just gonna take Bravo, or Delta rather, that's what this is. I do not know this map very well. Is gonna just take Delta for free? Okay, Scrubbus with another semi-active S3H strike here soon. You gotta be programming, right? Yeah, there they are. There they go. Here they come. And he is firing them at a weird angle. Instead of track firing directly at the ship, he's firing them in a way that the basket will still catch the vessel and come in at a tricky angle for the PD to deal with. Also, a lot of times if you track fire your direct missiles, they'll wind up flying into rocks because your very genius missile controller will predict where the enemy ship's going to be based on their current acceleration. Oh man, yeah, that's going to land. Chaff's still on the other side of those vessels. Violet Violence, which is a great name. This is the most important ship on OSP right now. This has got to stay alive. This has got to stay alive. It's 2 plasma cannons down. That's the boosty down. OSP loses that. It's going to be an extreme uphill battle. They're not going to be able to deal with the battleship. Well, they just might not be able to deal with the battleship anyways. Looks like the Flip Boltker is going to die here. It has lost its engine. It has lost its reactor. It's also lost its DC storage. A lot of its damage control capabilities actually are gone. Restores, rather. And a bulk freighter without its engine is pretty much just gonna fucking die, and it's not gonna be able to fight back. I mean, it's not gonna be able to fight back anyways because the reactor's down. That is one of the issues with doing the Flip 450 thing, is that you're extremely fragile, if you will. The SAH. Oh man. Going to the tug? Okay, that's something, that's something. I thought those staged too early, but no. Good. Good lands. Good lands! Good lands! LSP does get that delta point, though, and that's gonna start giving them the lead here before too long. Already 30 points up. And 3-1 advantage is huge. The battleship getting onto the B point. A BB for B. It's getting railed for its troubles, but battleship can take rails for a long time before it starts having problems. Rail's not going to be able to meaningfully degrade this thing either. 450 did strip out one of the GPCs, which is nice. Yeah, one rail solo is just not it. 2 kind of hurts the battleship. It does have to worry about 2, but not 1. Even this Balon, or nearly Balon. It's kind of fine. In fact, a rail solo player recognized this and switching to Tori behind it. Axford, which is also just a bad target for a single rail solo. Because your damage is going to be healed before you can... I really think you have to invest in this shit to make it work. If you just have one, it's like, yeah, whatever. Once you get that critical mass of like 30 rail rounds in 10 seconds, you're just fucking annihilating people. See, I mean, even the rail Axford firing at this while it has a lock didn't really do that much. It's okay because we got sick jams. Backline hell. I say the rails weren't doing very much. We've now got 450 AP hitting this thing, and it's also not doing all that much, so what do I know? Oh, there it is. Alright. I think that was just a manual dodge on the first volley. Oh, S3H strikeout. On Neko Boy. Neko Boy now getting beamed in the Violet Violence. Really got to be keeping these ships safe. Oh boy. SAH, edge of the SAH backpack, just catching it. Going for the chaff of all things. Yeah, good soft kill, good soft kill. And look at the 100 mil. 100 mil catching this thing in the... Actually, it's 250. It's 250, it's not 100 mil. So 250 AP gonna be able to penetrate into the Axford before the plasma really starts adding up. And now that the plasma is adding up, see a couple of these are switched over to HE. Yeah, there they go. There go the rest of them switching over to HE. Spunky Mirror is going to, will very quickly become a smoking mirror. I mean, look at it. Look at it. Shit's on fire, you know. Smoke, 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 smoke. Look at all that's actually emitting from the thrusters in the mountains. Funnily enough. Oh yeah. Scrub is just chasing this shit down 40 meters a second. The voxel do be Newman. I gotta get this fleet. No, I hate semi-active micro. This is really based, but... Commander bust. Look at him go. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, Violent Violence has almost no health left. And there it goes. Dead. Dead Arena Bambino. Not able to get a single splash of plasma out on the battleship. How's the battleship doing, by the way? Fine. Much of Bayard. Okay, OSP now. I don't think they can kill the battleship. Skyball's got one 450 bulker. Uncle got these two 250 bulkers, but those can't do anything. The Rail Solo can't really do anything to it. There's no missiles on this team. Yep. OSP can, of course, still win on the cap game, but not being able to do anything about the battleship is extremely painful. If that player positions well, OSP's pretty fucked. Looks like Anus gonna recapture Delta, gonna bully Neko down to the bottom of the map with the Axford. These Skeletons are dodging 450, which is pretty funny. But yeah, the Voxels can definitely catch and chase this.
The enemy is securing zone dagger. The enemy is securing zone
cap, although at the same time, OSP grabbing Alpha. Smoking Mirror gets down as the main ship defending this area. It's not out, but it's definitely significantly less combat capable than it was before. Yeah, no restores. Very painful. Watch of Bayard and the Qua and the Daft Cowl all in a little love triangle of death here. Violence triangle? Yeah, violence triangle. Violence triangle. Watch Bayard's being shot by the Qua's being shot by the Daft Cowl. And Daft Cowl is not being shot by anybody. Actually, the Daft Cowl is not being shot by the Bark. Or maybe it's going after the Tug? It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's going after the Tug.
The enemy secured zone Atlas.
What is this thing, by the way? Just a 450 ship with a interrupt on the back. Okay. Not been paying attention to this thing at all. Oh, I think he got bullied by rails there early on and was hiding. Alright, how's the Acela doing? It's pretty shot up. Damn, that is a lot of bullets. 450 AP and HE cutting into this thing. Pretty messed up sides there. Battleship's got a similar amount of puncture holes, but significantly less damage. Relatively speaking. Beam's back, and Beam is out. Gonna kill everything OSP has on the Alpha Point. Smoking Mirror is gonna dive onto that Alpha Point, but it's gonna have to contend with Neko's 250 bulkers. They don't have their plasma supports, so they can't deal with the battleship, but they can kill everything else on this team and do so quite effectively. 250s are very dangerous, especially with the Smoking Mirror having most of its armor crisped off on the port side by that plasma. If he keeps his engine or his starboard pointed down towards those bulkers, they're gonna have to use AP on them. Which is, at the very least, a survivability upgrade. Oh, no, well, maybe not. AP's already coming in. Neko Boy knows. Not gonna even try to greed with that HE damage. AP right up the tailpipe. Actually, really bad angle. Looks like a lot of these are missing. Some of them might be deflecting. Just going into empty spots on the hull. Oh, it might have been a volume fire issue. Yeah, but look, even with all of those, it's still not doing that much damage. There's 3H strikeout. Ooh, unfortunately gonna rock PD this. Neko is eating rails in the drive section. And the goof said... That's a great ship name. Whoa! Oh man, I was worried that the chaff was gonna lure those in. Missiles dodged. OSP has now grabbed Bravo. They are gonna hold it for at least a little while. The battleship coming up here to try and counter that shuttle, but it's gonna take a lot of 450 right on the nose. 450 on that flat nose spot at this close range is actually pretty good against the battleship. Kind of want to angle a little bit here, or stay at further range, or present your like chest, I guess, to the bulker. Because flat on against that nose, 450 AP will do a lot of damage. Virginia getting bullied down behind cover. And the rail fire never ends on the True Moose. Just a little too aggressive with that battleship. Must be able to convert a Probably not going to be able to kill this into a... And at the very least, bruise the hell out of it. A lot of fires all over the place. Apartments with low DT are now burning down. We'll just watch one of the else ones burn down. What's that shelling up top? Trying to kill this shuttle at point blank range, but unfortunately the shuttle's orbit dodging, so the 450 cannons are never going to do that. Very sad, very sad. ANS looks to have secured the alpha point. We got 2 Axfords over here now. Bullying the absolute hell out of these 250 bookers. Looks like they're trying to finish off the smoking mirror rather than trying to degrade the bark, but smoking mirror is already combat ineffective. It's going to be a little bit of waste time on that.
We are contesting Zone Boxer.
Bravo, OSP locked. And Bravo, Charlie, and Echo, they're up by 200 points. Ooh, yeah, you really, really, really do not want to be eating rails on the stomach in a battleship. That's going to go through everything important on your ship. Oh my goodness. Oh, a lot of these are just clipping the outer edges of the armor and missing. Which is pretty funny. Yeah, it looks like the 450 is still able to fire directly into the thruster block. Oh boy. Oh boy, I think Loki's gonna do it. Critical for sure. Since Mama's now eating some of this 250 AP to the nose. Yeah, and now we're getting to see why the battleship spam is so popular on the live branch. It's because these 250 bulkers absolutely annihilate everything that ANS has to field, except for the battleship, which without plasma, they can't damage. Stars gets bullied out of the Bravo point. Yeah, it looks like he just was flying upwards when command was taken out, maybe? No? I'm not sure. Really needs to get back inside that point. Is that shuttle firing 100 mil at the battleship? Yes, it is.
We are contesting Zone Boxer.
Whoa, just barely saves the point. Fire coming in for the crest route here. OSP's gotta hold this for as long as they possibly can. They gotta win on the caps. This battleship keeps getting bullied though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was commenting on that when we were going through the fleets. Plus 3H's going after Neko. He doesn't have time to get under the rocks. Not with these hybrids. Got time to jump shaft though. Will the micro do it? Oh yeah. Bonk. Bonk. Wake of Laura taking quite a bit of damage off of those. Good Scrubus micro. Nothing can really threaten Alpha right now. Nothing can really threaten Delta either. The baddie spray's sort of headed over there. Oh, the voxels are off of Delta. Yeah, this can absolutely just cap the point and keep it.
The enemy is securing Zone Boxer.
SP. Gonna win the game at this point.
Secured Zone Boxer.
And this takes Alpha, Bravo rather, the middle point. They're really gonna start. They need this advantage. They need like a 4 cap at this point. Because they're 216 down. And OSP is significantly less than that, almost half that to the victory line. Han's definitely going to get Delta with the baddie spray. And ANS is just out of meat. Out of meat. 50 ships gonna come up here and bully the voxels. Battleships camped out on Bravo. Has been for a long time, but it's just been eating shots all game. Okay. He's got the right angle now on that 450 ship. Still getting a few pins. Less than before. The cat's just straight up lying to the enemy team. Maybe our UI is lying to us. Maybe he's just putting them out super fast. Does he have a fire suppression in here? Yep, there it is. Fire suppression system. Based. I think it'd help the battleship a lot, actually. Yeah, OSP definitely gonna take it. And it's realizing the game is over and surrendering. ANS team's pretty experienced, so they're smart enough to know when it's over. Look at that battleship. 13,000 damage. Considering where it was, that actually surprises the hell out of me. 20 out of Nico. Let's take a look at these. 23,000. It's fossil. Look at this. Very silly.
Gotta be honest. Fire suppression, kind of overrated.
I didn't have any. I didn't get railed, so it's perfect.
You think the fire suppression is overrated?
I never was like, oh no, fires. I was like, oh, my guns can't turn. Oh, my radar doesn't function because every single drive has a main bus short.
So what I noticed...
Fires on top of that, though.
So I was watching your DC team, and while you were under sustained rail fire, you would be lit on fire forever. However, as soon as the rails went out, you would basically fix all the fires immediately. Because you have so many DC teams going around and fixing everything. I actually think like if you didn't, there's enough grace period that the between bursts of getting railed, you wouldn't be able to put out those fires, and you would just stack more and more fires against one rail silo.
Maybe, but honestly, like, fires are not the thing I worry about. When my guns couldn't turn, so I couldn't shoot those stupid shuttles, or when none of my stuff worked because I had no power.
There was one point, actually, speaking of shooting at shuttles, you shot at a shuttle and exposed your belly to the rails, and you took significantly more damage after you did that than before.
I had to shoot the shuttles that were taking the point.
You're a battleship under fire from anti-capital weapons. What's the higher priority here?
The shuttles that are holding the cap point that's going to cause us to lose in 20 minutes.
No.
Like, yeah.
Because you're not going to be able to kill that fast enough, and that's someone else's job. That's someone with a beam weapon, or 120s, or 250s, or missiles. Killing the shuttle is. 450 is really good at killing tugs, but it's pretty bad at killing shuttles, even at extremely close ranges.
In that situation,
if you had nothing else to shoot at, yeah, firing at the shuttle would have been fine. But with how you were forced to rotate the shoot at the shuttle, you took a lot of extra damage. You took a lot of reduced capabilities because of the crits. And you didn't shoot at the more dangerous targets.
What was I gonna do in that situation? There's a liner that does no damage to me because I'm a battleship. There's a rail silo that's too far away for me to deal with. and then there's a shuttle with like a arming missile capping this point that I need to take the point so we can get caps back.
I think
Oh,
at that
Shoot the
point,
Raider-
Raider. It's the best target.
The bulk freighter was dealing damage to you because of how you were angled. You had your noise pointed directly at the bulk freighter, and you were close enough range that the AP rounds were going directly into that thruster block, reaching into the ship and dealing decent damage. It wasn't amazing damage, but that was adding up, and that was also adding to your reduced capabilities. The shuttle, again, you're just in a 450 battleship, you're just not going to be able to kill the shuttle. You're not going to be able to rotate fast enough. You're not going to be able to shoot it. If someone is actually microing that shuttle, you're not going to be able to kill it. So is it more important that the shuttle die than the bulk freighter die? Yes.
Yes.
But that is
Literally,
not your job, and you cannot accomplish that job. So your options are either fail at doing something important, automatically fail, or do something less important and succeed at that. And ask your other teammate, like Scrubbus, was in a great position to bazooka blast that shuttle, or could have been shortly because of how fast
another major
the
problem
missile
with that
ships
is
Yeah.
I was the only one with sensors on that side, and half my panels were gone, or I didn't have power to run the radar. I could only lock one target for my team. It was either lock the shuttle so the rails can kill it and I can cap the point, and then deal with the bulker a little bit later, or lock the bulker and then like take 10 minutes to kill the thing.
So
yeah, that was my bad. I could have killed the shuttle on B.
Scrubbus that's Scrubbus's job to kill the shuttle on Bravo. Like you
And
doing that is a massive waste of your capabilities, and it's just an objectively bad decision. And this is not really
if I just didn't leave the point, that was the main mistake. Shooting the shuttle did not matter at all. Like I'm still going to argue it's better than shooting the 450 liner because it did nothing to me.
Well,
it's
that's
also
not true.
Just, what is it? Yeah, like if I could chime in, it's not also like is the 450 liner going to hurt you? It's also what else is on the table. Like if your sweeper CL pair comes in, that 450 liner still presents a threat to them. You handle that thing, and then they come in and sweep there. That's covering your bases through like teamwork.
Yeah, they were on the other side of the map. Like I had rail support, but there's no one really in the area to support me.
Did you guys on ANS try to get spotting vessels into the back lines specifically for the rail CC, or was that just unfeasible?
We didn't have any.
We didn't really have any spotting vessels.
We
had like my lock and that was about it.
That's the best our spotting was literally a sprinter that died in the first like 5 minutes.
I'm
And it
kind of
found
sorry that you
Nico's
had
tweet.
that over there. You were lucky with that.
I was trying to sneak to find the Acellos, and I was like, oh, I'm spotted. Let me turn the radar on. Oh my god!
I'm pretty happy. Like OSP side, we were doing pretty good teamwork. Like we saw battleship, and we were like, okay. At first, we started shooting it. Then we were like, no, wait, we can't actually kill that. Let's focus on everything else.
I think you guys put enough fire into the battleship to make it like not like you can't not shoot at it at all. You need to like nerf its capability just a little bit so it's slow and not going anywhere anytime soon. And
Big problem was what we traded for it. Like it was Highball. You were running the 450 liners, I think, right?
Yeah, I was. No, that was a complete mess. I was trying to run a full double broadside 450 liner. Even with improved PID, you spend so much time out in the open, you just get shredded. You don't have time to bring the second set of guns to bear.
Yeah,
We
you have to be
disabled the
really
battleship.
safe.
I think another big thing was once we saw the battleship had no beam backpack, we were like, oh, cool, free real estate. We can push onto things like more aggressively. Other things like on the ACAP side, there was quiz with the beam ship. It was like, okay, if I dislodge this because I did my bulker flank right, that let us go for the cap point there. We knew that we couldn't quite get through like all of the Axford beef on the side along with the battleship. But if we just held on long enough, then quiz only running half a cap fleet, we were able to get enough points to just end up winning that way.
So one of the big mistakes I made was when I saw Nico on the side, I was like, oh, I should probably turn around and get some long range fire. And then I left B point, and I forgot that I didn't have a Raider drive. And so when I needed to turn around, it took me way too long to turn around to go retake B. And then all the shuttles got on
Dragonfly,
there.
not Raider, right?
No, the Raider, because I wasn't
Oh,
decelerating.
you mean you
or
reverse
accelerating.
thrust, not turn like your bow or anything.
Like turn around as in go the other direction.
All right, anyone up for some tumble beam?